And I realize I've been saying lime's juice. It's lime juice. Sorry about that. Guten Morgen, friends. Welcome back to Mixing It Up, where every week, where every week I teach you how to make a new drink. This week's drink has a strong taste and a confusing name. We're gonna whip up a marga-tini. How's everybody doing out there in Corona land? I don't know what else to call it. If you've been feeling a little down in the dumps, today we're gonna be making something that might raise your spirits. Spirits, get it? Spirits. We're getting close to the end of it here in Germany. In fact, they're announcing that starting in the beginning of May, things will sort of be back to normal, and already they have started opening some non-essential shops here, so that's good news, I guess. I think that it has a lot to do with just the fact that we all have been so adamant about staying home and staying away from other people for, it's been like 4.5 weeks now, right? 5 weeks? It's been a while. The drink we're gonna be making today is a mixture of two drinks. It is a mixture, well, actually what it is it's a martini made with margarita ingredients. Hence the name Marga-tini. First time I ever heard of somebody doing this kind of drink was when a friend of mine came back from Fort Lauderdale and said that he got one of these at a restaurant called the Olive Garden. So I don't know if they still make them or if it's even still a thing, but it is gonna be today here in my kitchen. Oh, and I almost forgot to say hi to all the people down there. How you doing, short people? You feeling okay? In my recipe for a margatini, you're gonna need tequila, triple sec, shocker, I know, right? Another big surprise, Rose's lime juice cordial, simple syrup, which is basically just sugar water, a lime, and very important, a chilled martini glass. So far here on Mixing It Up, I've made some pretty traditional, pretty sort of like easy drinks to make, and I just want to tell you now that next week's edition, I'm gonna make something a little more, I wanted to say extreme, something a little more complicated, one of these things that you're not gonna be able to just make with what you've got laying around, because we have a drink smoke device. So you can like make smoky flavored drinks that like have fog on them. And if that sounds interesting to you now, wait until next week. All right, let's get to the margatini. So starting it out, we are going to, first of all, get the ice that I forgot. And we're back. All right, so I've got a shaker full of ice here, and the ice is really important. You need a lot of ice in here because this drink has no ice in it when you serve it. And of course, I don't think there are really any cocktails that taste good warm. What do you think? All right, I'm using the jigger today to measure. So we've got the big side and the small side, which is very helpful. And like I said, this is a strong drink. This is definitely a drink that you sip, as most martini style drinks are. It's almost only alcohol inside. So I'm gonna put in one entire big one here and a small one. In you go. Then moving on to our triple sec, which you have to know by now is orange flavored liqueur. I think every drink I've made so far has had this in it. It is like a staple in so many cocktails. And yeah, you definitely need this to stock your bar at home. So I'm gonna put a small measurement of this in here. Orangey flavored liqueur. Then we move on to our Rose's lime juice. And I realize I've been saying lime's juice. It's lime juice. Sorry about that. I am also going to put in a small measurement of this. And like I said, because there is no juice going in here, you know, like a standard cocktail is always mixed with some kind of juice, I'm gonna put in some simple syrup just to give it a little bit of a sweeter flavor so it's not so intense tasting. Also a small measurement of this, maybe a little bit less than a small one. If you don't have simple syrup, then you can just add some sugar and make sure that you just shake it up really good to dissolve that. And simple syrup is really easy to make. I mean, I say that never having made it, but I can imagine how easy it is to make. You just need to put a ton of sugar in water and boil it until it dissolves, and there you go. Good, now we need to move on to our lime, and I'm not gonna use my squeezer this time. I'm gonna squeeze it with my hands. So I'm gonna actually use my squeezer, and I'm gonna cut the lime here in the middle. That's a nice looking lime. Like I said, I just love, oh, that's way too light. Can you see it down there? I just love the way that looks and the way it smells. It reminds me of so many fun things. You know, how often have you had the smell of a fresh lime and it's been not a good time? Know what I mean? All right, so I'm gonna squeeze half of a fresh lime in here. Ooh, this is a tough one. It's not very ripe. Not a lot of juice in here. I don't know. Maybe I should use the squeezer. I'll leave it. Good, all right, so now we're ready to shake it. And actually, with a martini, of course, we all know from the James Bond movies, they're shaken and stirred martinis. And I'll tell you the difference. If you shake it, it will get colder faster. However, it will become inevitably a little bit weaker because the vigorous shaking motion will break up the ice, and then the ice will melt, and that becomes water, and that will make your drink somewhat weaker. If you stir it, it takes longer for it to get colder. However, more of the ice stays intact, and so the drink will remain stronger. Just a little FYI for you. I'm gonna shake it because I'm not patient enough to stir it. Did somebody say shake? And we're done. You can see it is getting so frosty and so cold to touch here, so I know that the drink inside is cold. And like I said, if you shake it too much, then it just gets watery. The next thing I said we need is a chilled martini glass, and this one is not chilled. However, I put one in the freezer last night, so let's go grab it. There it is. Look at how frosty that looks. Yes, sir. Of course, if you don't have a chilled glass, that doesn't mean you can't make this drink. You can put it in a normal glass, it'll just get warmer faster, or what a lot of bartenders do is they'll put ice cubes into the glass and fill it with water, and that sort of chills the glass a little bit in advance. So, are we ready for the pour? Here we go. Looking good. Now, in order to fancify this a little bit more, I'm going to put a twist in it. And in order to make a twist, I need to peel off part of this lime skin. And it's something I haven't done in a really long time, so I'm probably gonna mess it up. Let's see if I get this right. Well, I don't think that's gonna be big enough. Let me try to do it with a knife, maybe. How did I used to do this? Like I said, it's been so long. Well, this is kind of working. By the way, this is an organic lime. A lot of people say, you know, you don't want to be cooking with the skin of non-organic fruit because of all the pesticides and stuff like that. And it's really easy and inexpensive to get organic fruit here in Germany, so I just do it. So I have a little wedge here. It's not very pretty, and there are like oils in the skin. So of course I washed it. But anyways, there are oils in the skin that will be like expressed if you twist it. And so you put the colorful side down and twist it over the drink. Oh, and I don't know if you can see it close up. but like I could literally see the oils like hit the surface of the drink. And you can't see it, I'm sure you can't see it. But maybe you can see how it's gotten like all shiny here. Yeah, you can tell that it's come out. These oils I'm talking about, and I'm just gonna plop this in there. And there we go. It is a margatini, a mix between a martini and a margarita. And I'm just gonna have one little sip of it. I like. And now I'm gonna sit down in front of the blue sofa and tell you guys about earning money with YouTube. It's something that a lot of people ask me about, and this series, Mixing It Up, is connected to another series that I make called Drink and Discuss. And so that is the subject of Drink and Discuss this week. Why am I holding this? Expelliarmus! I hope you make the jump over there to watch that video too and learn a little bit about how and how much money you can make on YouTube. Sound interesting? I think so. Have a great week, have a great drink, and I'll see you soon.